Hello, welcome back to another episode of SLAB Talk. Loyalty. I have heard this word a few times since CBCS entered the marketplace. Quite a few of my collector friends that have been collecting slabs for quite some time brought up this topic from time to time over the past 2 years. And I think my answer to them surprised some of them over the past 2 years because for some of my friends, they feel a sense of loyalty to use CGC. I don't. And here's my explanation that I have given to all of them over the past 2 years. But I figure it's good time to discuss it in a video so that those that wonder what my opinions are can hear my answers. And when it comes down to loyalty, I have a different take on that. Sure, I'm I am loyal to many of my good friends. If not, if you're my friends, I would be loyal to you. I would do things for you. I would do things without expecting things in return. That's the same thing with families. When it comes down to loyalty, maybe I have a different definition of loyalty compared to how other people define loyalty. To me, loyalty has very little to do with monetary exchange or exchange of services. When it comes down to my business, my clientele over the past 20 years, I have owned my own business now for over 20 years. I don't expect loyalty from them. It's hard for people to believe, but I expect to provide the best service, the best value for my customers, for my clientele. Some of them has been with me for as long as 20 plus years. So for that, I appreciate their business. No question about it. But when it comes down to loyalty, I do not expect loyalty from them. If they find a better company that can provide a better service or a better price or both, they are free to go, and I will never fight to keep them. And for the past 20 years, I can say that has never happened. Back to CGC, since CBCS came on the scenes, quite a few of my friends had brought up this topic and asked me the question whether I feel loyalties toward using CGC because I know people at both companies. I know people at CGC, I know people at CBCS. Do I feel some sense of loyalty to not use CBCS and use CGC? None whatsoever. When it comes down to the uses of the services of CBCS or CGC, is come down to dollar and cents. I expect good services. I expect fair grading, fast turnaround time. I factor in all of those things whether I choose CGC or CBCS. The value of the slabs, what's the resales value? Can I get the better price if I use CGC? What's the turnaround time? What the cost of doing business? All of that. All of those factors play into whether I use CGC or CBCS. Loyalty has nothing to do with me choosing either company. None whatsoever. So I think my answer surprised some of my friends because for some of them they feel a sense of loyalty. Once again, it's a personal thing for many people how they define loyalty. To me, at the end of the day, I'm paying for a service. I'm paying for good services. At the end of the day, whenever I pay for something, I don't see how loyalty can play in any part of my decision making. But that's me. Okay, I understand that I have a perhaps a different sense of what loyalty is and how I view loyalty. When it comes down to money exchanging hands and for services, I don't. I will go to a restaurant, keep going back to the same restaurant because I enjoy their food, I enjoy the good services, but at the end of the day, I don't feel any sense of loyalty to go back to the same restaurant. I go there because I want to eat the food, because they provide good services, good value. If another restaurant open, if I try a different restaurant and I like that food, I will do that. So it has nothing to do with loyalty. So, but that's my 2 cents on the topic. A lot of my friends, sure, they don't understand me, and I don't understand them, and we agree to disagree. At the end of the day, I don't understand their way of loyalty, and this go across many things, not just CGC. I love sport. I love football. I have been a Steeler fan as long as I have been in America, since 1980. But will I jump ship and not like the Steelers and like somebody else? No, no reason to. But at the same time, I don't call that loyalty in any sense of the word. I like the Steelers. I like the uniform. I like the way they play for the most part. But at the end of the day, I don't view my liking of the Steelers as loyal to the Steelers. Why would I be loyal? Why do I need to be loyal to be a fan of the Steelers? Are they paying me to be their fan? No. So yes, I understand it's a very weird sense of how I view loyalty. I understand that many people have told me that's kind of strange, but at the same time, once I explain how I define loyalty and how I treat people, how I like to be treated, they understand where I came from. They understand, they might not agree. Okay, at the end of the day, some people may understand how I do things. They may not necessarily agree to how I go about doing it. So back to CGC and CBCS, at the end of the day, I have used CBCS to test them out, to see how they do things, to see how they grade, to see how fast they slab, to see what the slabs look like. But as of right now, if I was to slab something to sell immediately, okay, if I were to slab something right now to flip next week, I definitely will use CGC, because for $5 more, my slab likely can get 5 to 10% more when I sell it, because the market has not caught up yet. 2 years ago, when CBCS first launched, there was a bigger price gap between CBCS and CGC, and that gap is closing. It is closing, but it's still not parity. 3-5 years from now, it might be the same. It might be not a big deal, or big differences between a 9.0 CBCS slab compared to 9.0 CGC of the same book. Maybe 3 or 5 years from now, that might be the case. But as of right now, for many instances, there are still a price gap. Even 5 or 10%, 5 or 10% could be $50 to $100. Okay, depend on the books. So if it costs me $5 more to slap with CGC so that I can get $50 more, it's a no-brainer to use CGC. There is no loyalty involved in making that decision. It's a pure monetary decision. It's a pure capital, profit, motive, incentive. Nothing to do with loyalty. Now, if I was slabbing something to keep for 10 years, sure, I would use CBCS, because I'm a firm believer that in 3 to 5 years, there will be parity in both companies, and you probably will be able to get the same price or similar price on many books, but I don't. I'm not the kind of person that would slap something now to protect it in order to sell it in 10 years. I enjoy my raw books today, and until I decide to sell it, there is no desire on my part to slap the book yet. So when I slap something, most likely it's gonna go right into the market to be sold. So that's how I approach decision making. I have tried CBCS just to see how the services are, and I'm okay with everything from the grading standards to the SLAB and all of that. There is nothing to not like about CBCS. The only thing that is that's neat to catch up for me to use the service over CGC is the resales value. Okay, that's at the end of the day, it's a pure financial decision on my part. Loyalty has zero room in the decision making. That's it. Hopefully that clarifies this question once and for all. Thanks for watching.